స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. Hello, 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 hello everyone. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, class. Welcome to the class. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Please call others also. Call. Please share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Live sections. Share the link. Share it, guys. Share it. Share it. Okay, let's start the class. So now we are going to discuss about medicinal chemistry. That is the sixth pre-farm syllabus. So we are going to deal about antibiotics. Our first unit is about antibiotics. In this, we are going to discuss about various types of antibiotics like beta-lactam antibiotics, cephalosporins. Next, we are going to see aminoglycosides, tetracyclines, monobactams, etc. So first of all, we have to discuss what is antibiotics. So antibiotics are the chemical agents. These are the drugs. Antibiotics are the drugs which kill different types of microorganisms like bacteria, like virus, like parasitics, fungal, protistans, and we are also killing elements by using antibiotics. So antibiotics are the drugs which are used to kill different types of microorganisms and are also obtained from different types of microorganisms. For example, if you have an example, penicillin. Penicillin is derived from the fungus called Penicillium noctatum. So from the Penicillium noctatum, Alexander Fleming unfortunately found a new compound that is called penicillin. So this is originated from the microorganisms, but it is killing other microorganisms like antibacterials. So penicillin is an antibiotic which kills different types of bacteria. So this is about antibiotics. We are going to see the definition. Various species of microorganisms. Some of the microorganisms are coming from streptomyces. Streptomyces. Example: streptomycin. Streptomycin is the antibiotic which is originated from streptomyces bacteria. Same time, we have from the fungus, we are having penicillin. Like that, antibiotics are chemical substance which are produced from the microorganisms. At low concentration, they will destroy the microorganisms or inhibit the growth of microorganisms. We are going to see in detail about bactericidal and bacteriostatic. There I'm going to teach which is going to destroy the microorganism, which is going to inhibit the growth of microorganisms. Let us see about bactericidal and bacteriostatic. What is meant by bacteriostatic? Bacteriostatic are nothing but these are the drugs which inhibit the growth of microorganisms. They will not allow a single microorganisms to multiply. For suppose I having a fever. I'm having a fever. Fever. The fever is bacterial. and he is infected with one bacteria. After taking the drug, these bacteria has lost the capacity to grow, which means the doctors of these bacteria is not coming, which means the bacteria is not undergoing cell division, so its number is going to be decreased. The multiplication of the bacteria is not shown there. So this is called as bacteriostatic, which means inhibiting the growth of microorganisms. Next, what is meant by bactericidal? Bactericidal is nothing but these are the drugs which kill the bacteria or which kill the microorganism. For suppose this is the bacteria, when you take the bactericidal drug, this is going to lysis this one, which means this drug is killing the microorganisms. That is called as bactericidal. And bacteriocytic, which inhibit the growth of microorganism, bactericidal, which kills the microorganism. Next, history history of antibiotics. Guys, you study the history of antibiotics, this is very easy. Now we are going to study about the classification of antibiotics, which means how these antibiotics are classified based on the chemical structure. If there is a sulfur containing antibiotics, then it is called as sulfonamides. We all know that dapsone is the one which we use regularly. Phones. Next, diamines, which means there contains a pyrimidine ring with the diamino, which means NH2 groups. So we have trimethoprime and primethine. If you analyze sulfonamides and the combination which are used for different types of infections. Next, we have quinolines. Quinoline specific topic is just beta lactam antibiotics. Now we are going to focus on these things in detail. So here we contains penicillins, cephalosporins, monobactams, and carbapenems, and we have tetracyclines, which contains a four cyclic rings. Next, we have nitrates. These also we are going to discuss now itself. These tetracyclines are also going to be discussed now itself. Aminoglycosides, we have streptomycin, gentamicin, amikacin, and neomycin. If you remember, streptomycin is the antibiotic which is used to treat streptococcus, and gentamicin, this is used as ointment. Amikacin is an injection. It is available in injection. Neomycin. Next, we have macrolide antibiotics. This is the unit 2. We are going in unit 2. Here we are going to see erythromycin, azithromycin. Azithromycin is one of the famous antibiotics, known antibiotics, and we have lecnosamide antibiotics. Here we are seeing lecnosamine and clindamycin, glycopeptide antibiotics, vancomycin and typhoplasmin. We are going to see linozolid. Next, polypeptide antibiotics, nitrofuran, which means it contains furan ring with a nitro group. This is called as nitrofuran derivatives. And we have nitroimidazoles, which means it contains imidazole ring with a nitro group. Nicotinic derivatives, choline antibiotics, and azole derivatives. If you see mechanism, ketoconazole, fluconazole, these are the antifungal drugs. These are the antifungal drugs. And if you see the niacin, amphotericin B, and hemocin, these are all isoniazide, pyrimidine, ethanamide. These are used metronidazole and tinidazole. These are antibiotics. And vancomycin. This is from plant source, I think. Let us discuss. This is one type of classification. These antibiotics are classified based on the chemical structures. Now we are going to see the classification, which means fungi is natural source, bacteria is natural source, mycetes is natural source. From fungi, we are going different types of antibiotics: penicillin, cephalosporin, and grisophylline. Grisophylline is an antifungal drug. This is not antibacterial drug. This is antifungal drug. Antifungal drug. Next, from bacterial source, we have polymyxin B, colistin, bacteriacetin, tyrosine, azithromycin. And from actinomycetes, this is also a bacteria. From here, where contains aminoglycosides like streptomycin, amikacin, etc. Next, chloroamphenicol. Chloroamphenicol, one of the famous drug, chloroamphenicol, which is used in the treatment of eye infection. And for the people, newborn babies, if this drug was given to the newborn babies, then there is a side effect, one of the famous side effect. What is that? Gray baby syndrome. Next, we have pollines, macrolides, and tetracyclines. And now we are going to classify based on what type of microorganisms were killed by our antibiotic. So first, suppose we are having antibacterials, that is penicillins, aminoglycosides, erythromycin, antifungal, like we have grisofelvin, amphotericin B, ketoconazole, like that. And we have antiviral, which is acyclovir, amantadine, zerodin, etc. Antiprotozoal, we have chloroquine, primethine, metronidazole, doxylin. Carbamazine is one of the famous. Diethyl carbamazine is one is drug which is used to treat in the elephantiasis treatment. Next, by their activity. Next classification based on the activity. So antibiotics two types. One is narrow spectrum, another one is broad spectrum. What is meant by narrow spectrum and what is meant by broad spectrum? Narrow spectrum antibiotics, these may kill only one type of bacteria or gram negative, gram positive or gram negative. It will kill only one type of organism. But if you see the mono broad spectrum antibiotic, this will kill both gram positive as well as gram negative. Next type of actions. One is bacteriostatic, and one is bactericidal. Bacteriostatic, which means they are inhibiting the growth of microorganism. Bactericidal, which means they are killing the bacteria. Based on that, we are going to classify. If you see sulfonamides, tetracyclines, chloramphenicol, erythromycin, clindamycin, these are comes under bacteriostatic. And whereas penicillins, aminoglycosides, polypeptides, isoniazide, metronidazole, these are coming from the bactericidal. Next, based on mechanism of action. Mechanism of action. If our drug is really stopping the synthesis of cell wall, then we are going to classify our drugs as the inhibit cell wall synthesis. Like we have antibiotics, penicillins. These are interfere with insulin binding proteins. And we have cephalosporins, monobactams, cyclin, uh, cycloserins, vincomycin, fosomycin, having to synthesis cell wall in the bacteria, which means there is two proteins, two amino acids. I'd say amino acids, NS style